the world's highest battlefield, Siachen Glacier in India. It is said to be so cold that even your shadow can freeze you. A place where soldiers fight and die, but their body never gets found. The glacier is located in the Karakoram mountain range in the northernmost part of India, near the Chinese border. Most people don't know about this war because of its remote location. Indian Army calls this area the roof of the world, because it's so high up. This is why not many people have ever heard of it. They also have a greenhouse, where they grow vegetables and fruits. The greenhouse is built underground, so that the plants are protected from the harsh weather conditions. Despite all of these efforts, sometimes there aren't enough food supplies for the soldiers. So what do they do then? That's what we will find out next. Dry rations are food items that can be stored for a long time without spoiling. This is especially important for military operations where space and weight are limited. Dry rations and canned goods are chosen for their lightweight and compact nature, making them easy to transport and store. These plants produce liquid oxygen, which is then filled into steel cylinders. These cylinders are then distributed among the soldiers. Each soldier gets 1 cylinder per day. The soldiers use these cylinders to breathe in the thin air. Even after using these cylinders, the soldiers feel tired and weak, therefore. They also take medicine to help them cope with the thin air. Overall, preserved food plays a vital role in ensuring that soldiers have access to nutritious meals during military operations. Dry rations are a significant part of preserved food consisting of canned goods, cereals, grains, and non-perishable items. These items are often packed in individual portions for easy distribution and consumption. They are tasked with guarding the disputed border between India and Pakistan along the line of control. Their presence at the glacier is a symbolic demonstration of India's sovereignty over the region. The Indian Army has a long-standing tradition of displaying the tricolor at Siachen. This serves as a powerful reminder of India's territorial claims and national pride. The flag fluttering in the high altitudes symbolizes courage, resilience, and patriotism. It stands as a testament to the bravery of the soldiers who safeguard India's borders in the harshest of terrains. The display of the tricolor at Siachen Glacier holds deep significance, representing India's commitment to protecting its territory and honoring the sacrifices of its soldiers. Examples of dry rations include canned meats, fruits and vegetables, cereals, pasta, and rice, powdered milk, and other non-perishable items. Canned goods are a staple of preserved food. It consists of meats, fruits, vegetables, and soups that have been cooked and sealed in airtight cans for long-term storage. Canned goods are durable and require little to no preparation, making them convenient for soldiers to eat. Cereals and grains are also included in dry rations. Items like pasta, rice, and oats are lightweight and can be prepared quickly. They provide carbohydrates and energy to the soldiers. Non-perishable items, such as biscuits, crackers, and energy bars, are also part of the dry rations. They are high in calories and nutrients and can be consumed without cooking, where the enemy can freeze you before you can even see them, and where it snows for 8 months of the year. They also drink hot tea throughout the day to warm themselves up. In such cases, the soldiers stay inside the bunkers and spend their time playing cards or board games. To pass the time, the Indian Army also organizes sports competitions among the soldiers. They play sports like volleyball and throwball. They also organize cultural events from time to time. All these activities help the soldiers to forget that they are in a war zone and boost their morale. The Indian Army also provides psychological support to the soldiers. The soldiers are given special training to keep their minds off the war. They're also given books and magazines to read. These things help the soldiers to stay mentally fit. The Indian Army takes great care of its soldiers. It makes sure that no soldier goes hungry. For this purpose, the Indian Army has set up a rule. No officer can eat until all of his soldiers have finished their meal. Officers have to wait for the soldiers to finish eating, so that no one sees the officers eating while the soldiers go hungry. The officers join the soldiers after they're done eating. Officers share their food with the soldiers if there isn't enough food for everyone. The soldiers also share their food with the officers. This shows the unity between the officers and soldiers of the Indian Army. What is this mysterious place? Why are soldiers stationed there? And what do they eat when supplies run low? Keep watching to find out more about this mysterious place. First, let me tell you how the Indian soldiers reached the Siachen Glacier. Indian soldiers travel to the Siachen Glacier by helicopter. There are several helipads built near the glacier where the helicopters land. When the supplies run out and there are no new supplies for a long time, the soldiers eat preserved food. Preserved food is kept in the stores of the helipad. In case of emergency, soldiers can eat this food. But this food is only meant to last for a few days. This is Siachen Glacier. It is the highest battleground on Earth. When winter arrives in the area, the temperature drops to -60 degrees Celsius. It is so freezing outside that even your shadow can freeze you. In addition to freezing temperatures, soldiers also have to deal with avalanches and crevasses while fighting the enemy. You must be wondering what kind of food Indian soldiers eat on the Siachen Glacier that helps them survive in such harsh conditions. Crevasses are deep holes that can swallow an entire person, or sometimes even a tank. Soldiers must watch out for these dangerous crevasses. Otherwise, one wrong step can mean certain death. In such a harsh environment, it's hard to stay alive, let alone fight. But it is possible thanks to the Indian Army's preparation. Soldiers usually get rations from the Army, which include rice, wheat, lentils, sugar, tea, salt, and spices. Vegetables and fruits are also sent to the camps every week. Sometimes the weather is so bad that it's impossible for helicopters to deliver supplies. When that happens, soldiers eat what's called preserved food. The Indian Army has special chefs who prepare food that can last for months. Before sending the food to the soldiers, it is thoroughly checked to make sure that there are no insects or other small animals inside the food. Since most of the food is delivered by air, it is packed in airtight containers. These containers are made of aluminum and tin. Soldiers open these containers and eat directly from them. Here's one such meal prepared for the Indian soldiers. It includes vegetable, lentil, bread, pickle, and dessert. When the weather permits, soldiers grow vegetables in the open area near their camp. In addition to this regular diet, soldiers also eat biscuits and energy bars to keep their strength up. Sometimes the weather is so bad that soldiers cannot leave their posts. Now let us talk about the food that the soldiers eat when the supplies run low. Here's some preserved food that the soldiers eat. One of the main components of preserved food is dry rations. Another important aspect of preserved food is that it is lightweight and compact. Now let's move on to another topic. The soldiers stationed at the Siachen Glacier are part of the Indian Army's Northern Command. Siachen is a very high-altitude area. Therefore, the Indian Army has set up oxygen plants to supply the soldiers with oxygen. If you want to see what life is like for Indian soldiers at the border, watch this video.